Welcome to Circular Talks by Ccrave, your platform for circular goods and guidance in fashion, home and lifestyle. In today's episode, we are excited to welcome Bernardo from WhatLab with us. Bernardo is entrepreneur in residence and CEO from Doop, the first ever recycled and recyclable toothbrush with removing heads. Apart from being into the circular toothbrush business, Bernardo is also developing a vegan gaming supplement, a real disruptor. Today, we will explore the circular story behind Doop, the role of WhatLab for this product innovation, why Doop can make such a strong claim as the last toothbrush you will ever buy, and the positive impact when you change your regular toothbrush for a Doop one. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter to keep tuned with the next episodes and much more. So with no delay, let's welcome Bernardo to the Circular Talks, episode 3. Welcome to the third episode of Circular Talks by Ccrave. And today we have in our studio Bernardo from WhatLab, who has developed the toothbrush Doop. Doop has a very strong claim, the last toothbrush you will ever buy. So we're going to explore also why. But first, maybe Bernardo, introduce yourself. What is WhatLab and why did you come with the innovation of a toothbrush?
First of all, thank you so much for having me and for inviting WhatLab and me as the CEO of Doop Toothbrush. We are WhatLab. We are the company that is called We Are Disruptors. We create business models with global presence, global operations, focused on being disruptive. That's our main prerogative. And Doop really symbolizes that in the way that we are bringing the first ever recycled and recyclable toothbrush with removable heads, a patented project. And as you said, we want it really to be the last one that people use and reuse.
And so you say like WhatLab is a lab for disruptive innovations. Why did you choose the category of toothbrushes? How did you come with the idea to go into toothbrushes and not into another product?
So as I told you, on this market, we knew that the major changes would have been from Colgate and other players. And we wanted to create something different that comes from a smaller player that has the ease of coming to the market in a very fast way. And then we met this project. This was a PhD project that we bought, and we wanted to develop it. But we wanted to give it a really close and narrow personality that shows that the positioning of the product is something different compared with other players. And then we created Doop, which is a black toothbrush with a yellow logo. It's something that really strikes our attention no matter where you are. So that's where we started off. We have been doing R&D in the past 2 years, and we launched this year, first in the US and now in Europe.
And so what is specific about Doop? Because I said it first ever recycled, so tell me a little bit about the product.
You have the first ever recycled and recyclable toothbrush aspect, which is the strongest one. That's what we patented, because we are bringing polypropylene, which is the same thing you see, for example, into Tupperwares, to this market. And we are saying that plastic is not the problem. Single usage plastic is the problem. If you bring a solution that worldwide is accepted into a product that is used and reused every day, we might have a different approach to sustainability. And now we waste, for example, plastic, and now we give life, for example, a new life to yogurt cups around the world. So got us to the toothbrush, and then the removable heads, meaning that you get one cable, it lasts at least 5 years. You can put it in a dishwasher, like the heads and the packaging, and you just replace the heads. And that's what needs to be on your mind. You just replace the heads, and they are also dishwasher safe. They have been specifically selected to be with Doop, and also the packaging plays a really fun part, which is it's dishwasher safe. As a zip, you can take it as your travel case.
And how long? So you say you buy the holder from Doop. Then we have the removable heads. What is the frequency to replace the removable heads? How long is the life cycle of a removable head?
We respect the orders of dentists, so if they say every 3 months, we need to say every 3 months. What we have seen from our usage within the lab is that they last a bit longer, but it depends on the person.
So the average life cycle of a head is 3 months, so it means like 4 heads a year that you will use. So the holder is for the rest of your life.
We want it to be. We want it to be, and I think it will last at least 5 years. That's what the life cycle report around Doop has concluded. It lasts at least 5 years. We expect that it lasts even more, but we'll see in 5 years' time.
Okay, great. So I saw also when I was looking a little bit more into depth about your website, you use terms like BPA-free, polypropylene. Can you try to explain it to consumers what it is? Because materials matter. We see that more and more, and we educate people also on material knowledge. So
when we speak about the aspects of the product, like the fact that it's vegan, and we are now waiting for our certification in terms of from the Vegan Society. When we speak about being GMO free, BPA free, what we are saying to people is that the treatment that was behind the product when it was converted into a toothbrush was something that it didn't involve any practices that did harm, for example, to nature, or for example, you're getting a plastic that will be harmful to you. We are saying that there is a safeguard, strongly safeguard, saying that the product that you're putting in your mouth, because it's a toothbrush, it's safe for you. That's why, for example, as I was telling in the beginning, we work with a company called Full Cycle that ensures from the sourcing, from the moment this is a yogurt cup until the moment you get it home, everything is controlled in terms of the operation and how we are playing with sustainability. I don't like to say too much sustainability. I like to say engineering, because what we are saying is that we are bringing a sustainable solution to a market where wastage is a very, very big problem. That's our stance.
And so I hear you saying yogurt cups. So does it mean that the recycled plastic that we have in a Doop comes from yogurt cups? How many yogurt cups do you recycle in one toothbrush?
I don't know those numbers, because normally we get them in bulk, the polypropylene. Then it's transformed. Then we put it in our mold, because we are the owners of the mold of the toothbrush, and then it creates the product.
So if I see already just from a product design, from a product innovation point of view, we see that there is a lot of positive impact by also using this toothbrush. I saw it also on your platform. What is the positive impact that you generate when using this toothbrush compared to classic one or a traditional one that you would buy before? What do you do good for the earth by using this toothbrush?
The main number that we get is that you will at least save 72% in terms of plastic wastage annually, when compared with the traditional toothbrush. And that's a very big number, but that's not the main number that we use to tell people when we speak about the gains, because normally we see it in scale to see the adoption, because what we want to see is a mass adoption, which is something very scary to say, and people are very, very scary to say when they launch a new product, when they launch a startup. But that's the only way that this is viable, because we are building a concept that comes from engineering, so we are investing a lot to make it work on the markets, and this is one of our prerogatives in a very positive way, that we are very confident on how it can work. But for example, as you may see on our website, we have the gains that pretty much are mirrored on our life cycle report that has been done by an independent institution, that shows in a 5-year usage when you compare Doop with a normal toothbrush, which says that you get one handle and you get the amount of heads that you need for those times, which is 20. If you compare with a normal toothbrush, you will need 20 toothbrushes, and we save 66% in eco-toxicity, 43% in human toxicity, 41% global warming. This is numbers that we are decreasing, and 56% in fossil fuel depletion, meaning that these numbers just justify the fact that if we can reach to more markets in a very sustainable way, may it be online and offline, we can get customers to use a product that really changes how much plastic we are putting, for example, in oceans. If we say that small actions can create a change, I think this is not a small action, because this is something that we consume every day. But that's our main stance, which is the numbers that we show are scary in a very positive way.
Okay, great. So, and yeah, on top of that also, I read something about your climate positive workforce, ecology. That's a nice extra add-on, I think. Can you explain?
And that brings us to our DNA in terms of the disruptive side, meaning that when we launch the product, we also try to look on the markets via podcasts, via marketplaces, to see what are the like-minded brands doing, and we try to partner with them. But first of all, to speak with them, just to understand, are we doing the right thing? Do we have the right mindset? And we met the guys at Ecology, which is an English brand that pretty much assures that we are carbon negative on every sale by having a tree planted or more trees. And this is something good because customers can see in real time where those trees are being planted and so on. This is an add-on, but in the end is also something that becomes underneath our tree in a very important way, which is something more that we are bringing to the market in a very non-frictionless way to the consumer.
Great. I see that it's a very holistic approach on how you approach here the circularity, from carbon offsets to the product itself to the utilization. Do you think, maybe as a last question also, what about taking back? Because of course end of life cycle will be there. Do you have any ideas in the future, or how does it work?
We have that plan. We know how to do it, and we know which players can do that with us. But the first thing you need to have that done, you need to have the adoption of the product, because it's very easy to do it for one person and for two people. To do it for 200, it's not easy. To do it for 2,000, it's also very easy. So we are just waiting for the right moment to implement that and to really tell people that, okay, Doop is an endless cycle of consumption, and this is really the last toothbrush you'll ever buy. So that's our positive stance to the world, to really implement that. I want to implement that very fast, but time will tell. But that will naturally come in the markets that we operate, which is now Europe and also the US.
Okay, great. No, I think Watlab and Bernardo did a really great job. I'm really impressed also by the whole holistic solution as such. And I think for our listeners also, you hear it. If we even want to add the take back, it's all about mass adoption. And we also at Ccrave here, we are convinced that small changes start with also small initiatives, and I'm convinced that Doop is a perfect product to do your first circular action and your circular purchase. So go to our platform, look for the Doop toothbrushes, and see that Doop can scale and do also the take back at the end. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to your newsletter, and we come sure with other interesting stories like Doop, Watlab, and Bernardo. Thank you. It
was a pleasure.